Hey guys, it's Narelle here and welcome back to a new video. This video is actually going to be the final video for this sketchbook because I just finished it a couple of weeks ago. So this is the last page you guys stopped on, I believe. So that's an ugly sketch right there. And here's a sketch of a succubus because I just wanted to draw one. And here's a doodle of Nick and Hiroki because they kind of become a thing later on in the story. And here is Rohei helping Nick out at his place because Aiko took the day off because she was like, I'm not dealing with Nick today. So here's a doodle of Mello from Death Note. And I tried to draw him eating chocolate, but the chocolate would be kind of melting on his mouth. But I kind of made a mess with that. So I'm like, I'll just redraw that some other time. And here was that Alamine drawing I did for a video. Here's that character request JMI requested on my Instagram. I have a whole bunch of those to finish. I promise, guys, I will get them done. So whenever I do a character requesting on my Instagram, please take advantage of it because I don't want you guys to miss out on things like that. So here is Wong Beifong because he's my life. I love him. And here's a Seki Instagram post, and I wanted to work with people looking up, so this was awesome practice. And here is Kahori and Rohei being cute because I feel like I show you guys a lot of the deep stuff with them, but they were cute at a time, so that kind of proves it. So here's a failed doodle of Naru, and Naru's a baby in this, but I made him so low that I'm just like, I'm not gonna finish it. And here is some Miraculous Ladybug fan art because I'm waiting for season 2. It needs to hurry up and come out. And here's Chio fangirling over Naru. And oh, the next page is a trigger page. So please skip it if you're triggered by things. So moving on. So I'm not going to explain these sketches because I just don't want stuff to happen to people. So this is just deep stuff that happens with Rohei. And here's Hiroki getting a haircut because he gets one later on in the story due to reasons. And here's me doing a really quick watercolor doodle of Taira Kazuhito, and he's from a visual K band, and he's like the most gorgeous man I've ever seen in my life. Please follow him because you will not regret it. Like, he is so gorgeous. And I did this girl for practice because I woke up and I'm just like, I don't feel like drawing anything interesting, so let me just practice with a pose that I don't do, which was that. And then I did this cute doodle of Naru, and I didn't finish it because I should have made Naru a lot taller so I could put his legs in, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna give it up because I'm not gonna know how to do that. So here's a doodle of Naru, and here's a doodle of Rohei and his mom Nicole, and I will not explain that because it's a spoiler. And here's just some 2 doodles that I just didn't finish because I lost interest. So here's Suzuna from Ice Shield 21, and I finished that anime I think a month ago, and I recommend it highly. I love Ice Shield 21. It was so good. I skipped the fillers because fillers just make me not want to watch anime sometimes, especially if it's the long running ones. But and my favorite character honestly has to be Monta. Like, I resonated so well with him. I know a lot of people were just like, Senna is the character that's really good, but Monta really hit home with me. So yes, so please watch it if you love sports animes. And here is a doodle of Sora that I did for Choco. I don't like it, so that's the reason why I didn't finish it. And here's a very weird drawing of Rohei, but I promise you guys I drew this just because I wanted to work with different poses because I feel like my poses are really stiff. I just admit that right then and now. And I just don't like the legs. The legs they just look wonky. And I just really think it's just because I didn't draw this pose before. So maybe if I keep drawing it, I'll think I like it a lot more. And then I was like, hey, I want to draw now on his old design. But then I got sleepy, so I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to bed. So that's the reason why I never finished that. And here's a Miku drawing I did at Social Services because that place is death, honestly. And here's a quick sketch I did of Do from the show Magical Do Re Mi. And if you guys remember that, please comment down in the comment section below so I won't seem like an old fart because I feel like I am. So if you know Magical Do-Re-Mi, please tell me in the comments. And here's another Visual K guy. He's the vocalist of Vivid, but they're disbanded now. But his name is Sheehan. I didn't like it because I don't like the red pen I drew it with, and I made his shirt really shiny because I love their song Precious. That song is so good, so I decided to draw him in it, and I'm like, I messed it up, so I just will probably just redraw it in my new sketchbook. And this is me trying to design Neru's shadow because I want to make a character for JMI's universe. So I was just liking this one, but I was like, hey, it looks like JMI's character Seth, so I was like, no, I'm not going with that. And then I tried to do it more of the lines of a really depressed person, and then I'm just like, nope, this looks like Neru's old design, so I'm just like, you know what, forget about it, I'll do it some other time. And here is some fan art of Hibiki Tokai from the anime Vandred. I love that anime. And I actually did his headband and his belt tie with a Copic marker, and that's because I didn't have the color in my pens or coloring pencils, so forgive me if you guys don't like putting Copic over ballpoint pen, but it worked, so I really like how that turned out. Okay, so this picture is actually based off a thing that I talked about with Choco in one of my live streams. So I was taking OC character requests from the people that were there, and Choco asked me, hey, how would Nick respond to Sora and Takashi? So when I answered for Takashi, I'm like, hey, to be honest, I feel like Takashi would be the perfect errand boy for Nick. So I drew them just doing just that. So Nick is like, dude, go send out this much stuff to one person and just bring it back to me. And Takashi's like, yes, senpai. So I'm just like, I have not shown Choco this. I should have shown her that. So more than likely she'll be watching this video anyway. So yes, Choco, I drew it, and he has a really cute doodle of Naru and Chio because I was listening to Burn by Ellie Goulding on repeat for like an hour, and I really feel like that song resonates with them, so I just drew them being cute, and I'm just like, So moving on, this is like one of my favorite pages, so I decided to draw Yona from Akatsuki no Yona because she's honestly one of my favorite female anime leads, hands down. No one's gonna beat her ever because I loved her growth in the show. Like, if you haven't seen Akatsuki no Yona, I really recommend it. So I drew her shooting her bow and arrow because one of the strongest points in the show that deals with her is when she took that guy's life with the bow and arrow. And I'm just like, I want to draw that because I feel like that scene was really powerful for her. So I actually did look at a reference because I don't know how to do this from memory. So I really like how that turned out. And I did look up a quote from her, and the quote really does resonate with her, and I really love that. So again, just watch Akatsuki no Yona because it's super amazing. And here is Kari Jobe. She's a Christian singer, and I love her song, Holy Spirit, You Are Welcome Here. And I'm just like, I want to draw her. So I did. And this is Chelly from Egoist or Egotist. I cannot pronounce that band's name right, but I love her persona because she doesn't show her face. She just has a avatar for her, and I think her avatar is so cute. So again, this is one of my favorite pages out of the sketchbook. So here's a doodle of Mirai from Beyond the Boundary, and here is some Seko because I'm like, this is JMI's character Seth, by the way, and this is my character Aiko, in case you didn't know. And here's that person I'm making for my character Kayoma. And here's some Rohei and Hiroki. This is like a candid Instagram picture. I almost said shot. I'm just like, that makes no sense. But it's an Instagram picture that Rohei took when they are just studying. And Rohei is like, we are doing a lot of studying. Psych. And Nick was like, I know exactly what y'all are doing. And Rohei is like, shut up, Nick. We're not doing that. So I thought this was so funny. Okay, moving on. So here's a doodle of my character Usa. And here's the comic of Nick and Aiko. I did another one that was more hilarious than this, but Aiko cannot stand the fact that Nick smokes. She hates it, so she got him a vapor, and it smells like strawberries, like this the stuff that he puffs out smells like strawberries. And Aiko's like, smoke this, and Nick is like, quit your complaining. So she's like saying, Nick, doesn't it smell a lot better in here? And he's like, Aiko, you know what? And he's like, F you. And she's like, okay, Nick, well, I got a couple of good words to tell you. And she was like, let me write them down. And she puts it in his face. She's like, F you. So I feel like that's their type of humor with each other, because I'm just like, it's so hilarious how they interact with each other, but I love them. So here's me trying to work with different yaoi poses with Rohan Hiroki, so you might see a lot more of these in my new sketchbook. And then I drew Foxes, the girl who sings Clarity with Zed, because I thought she was really pretty. And here is some Nitori and Momo, because I love third year Nitori. And I saw Choco's drawing of Haru and Rin, and I'm just like, free! I want to do free fan art. So that is exactly what I did. So next page is one of the most boringest ones, but here's my final and my most proud of fan art that I did of Sora for Choco. So Choco, I finally finished this fan art. I was struggling with Sora for so long, so I really loved how that turned out. And then I wanted to draw Hiruma, because Hiruma is my bae from iShow 21. So this is a drawing. I already showed it, but Rohei is doing his thing. I'm not going to explain what that was, but he's just doing his thing. So, here's a watercolor doodle of Leafa from Sword Art Online, because I wanted to draw her, because I love the ending song Overfly, and I really feel like that song fits her a lot. So I just drew her, and she is wearing a bathing suit top, guys. She is not naked up there. Like, I know you can't see it, but she is not naked up there. And this is when I started the OC 30-day challenge, and I didn't finish it because I just got so behind because of school. So here is Rohei working, because he does become a waiter at a restaurant at a certain part of the story. And here's the drawing I did of his introduction. And then for the cosplay one, I chose Boruto Uzumaki, but I didn't look at Boruto's reference, and I got the clothes right, yay, because I knew his outfit from memory, but I forgot that his headband is not on top of his bangs, it's under. So I was like, crap. So that's the reason why I didn't like both of these, but this one turned out better than any of them. But I was like, I need to be accurate, because it's not Boruto if I don't get it accurate. So this is the one that came out super good, and I really like it. So yee. And here's a girl jumping with stars, because I wanted to draw a girl with stars, and I added some sparklies in it, because I feel like if it's stars, it needs to be sparkly. And here is Miku, because I wanted to draw Miku. And here is a drawing I just didn't really care about. Like, I drew it just because of the pose itself. So it's my character Usa, obviously, and I wanted to just draw him catching a glowy blob thingy, and that's what that is. And I really like this because I just didn't focus on making this good. And of course you can see some anatomy is kind of just off, but I don't really care, because I got my concept down and I like it. Okay, so I got so sad because I didn't draw a Nora and Sarah fan art in a while. So I drew them posing a question, basically saying, may we resume, in like a cute way. So Sarah's bowing down, and Nora's like doing a army salute. And I think this is the cutest thing ever. So I'm just like, so look forward to more Nara in the future. And these are mess up pages. I think I'm going to show you guys. This is a fan art I tried to do of what is his name? Naito and Faye from Sacred 7 in pencil, but I hate sketching in pencil, so that's the reason why I didn't finish that. And that is just a fan of Now, so I'm just gonna skip those two. So here's another drawing of Now, and I like this a lot better, but I messed up on his body, so that's the reason why I just paper is glued down because I like the face, but I didn't like the body. So I think this came out super fine, but I'm not really the biggest fan of it. So yeah, so here's a girl I drew, and she's actually a girl in a music video that I saw, and I thought she was so pretty, so I decided to draw her. And this is some fan art for a DeviantArt user. Her name is Dosu Kanuita, and I drew her character Akira like 4 to 5 years ago, and I was like, you know what, I want to update that fan art, so here it is. And I basically added all of this red just to show that he's in agony, so hopefully that concept kind of came through, because after I saw it, I'm like, hey, it looks like I just scribbled on top of the drawing just because I didn't like it. So I hope you guys get the message. And here's my character Raspberry, because me and Mama are starting to get back into our Black Butler AU, so you will see a lot of her and Lady Rel in the future. So this page I just don't like, but here's that picture I did for the 30-day OC challenge of Rohei, and a fan servicey picture, and he's in fan service oh so much that it kind of didn't faze me, so I just felt like I was just drawing Rohei normally. So yeah, so right here is actually a fan art for a girl on DeviantArt, and recently she drew 3 of my characters, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to draw one of your characters. So I decided to draw her character Haru, and he's a vampire, so I drew some blood on his mouth because that just kind of shows that he just got done eating. And I just think this is the most cutest thing ever. I need to draw him more because I love him. And here is Aiko being all mad because it's just Aiko. And I really love using that brush pen on her hair. It just brings it out a lot more. So yes, and this is sad. I tried doing some Decim, and I'm not going to say her name if you haven't finished Death Parade. I tried to do some fan art of them, and I couldn't bring myself to finish it because I was so sad. I was listening to Last Theater, the ending song, and this ending song is making me cry. I was literally crying while drawing this because Death Parade just made me feel stuff that I have not felt before. So I was like, I am too sad to finish that, so I cannot bring myself to do any fan art of these two, or I'm just gonna cry, because Death Parade just killed my emotions completely. And this is a page of doodles I did in school, actually, because the first week of school we didn't really do anything, so I was like, I'm just gonna draw. So I just drew my base Tsukiyama because I have not drawn him in such a long time. So here he is being all fabulous, and I drew myself being bored because that is what I was. And then I drew Miku in the class because, again, didn't have anything to do. So here's a watercolor doodle of Rayo being his yandere self because I miss drawing blood with him. So this is Rayo, and here is Manju because I just felt so bad that I haven't drawn him in so long. So Ryuo, I drew this without even knowing I was going to draw Manju there, but Ryuo is life. And here's another drawing I did in school. It's of Natsu and Lucy, and I love this so much, but I drew it on a flat surface, so that's the reason why it looks good when it's flat, but when I actually lift it up, it doesn't look as good. But I added some sparkly to it because I felt like it needed to sparkle. But then again, this is like one of my favorite sketches, along with that Yona sketch that I did in the sketchbook. So right here is another entry for that 30-day OC challenge, and this is the last one because I'm just going to quit it because with school I just don't have time to focus on it. So this is the last one I did. No, this is the last one. I'm just going to, okay. So this is the last one. So basically, one of the things was draw your character in another style. So I just chose the style of Dead Man Wonderland because that style is so sexy that I was just like, I gotta draw Rohei in it. So basically these two are my last entries for that challenge. And then I drew some Takano and Ritu because I reread Sekaiichi Hatsuko. I don't know why I had such a brain fart there, but I reread it and I'm just like, my feels are coming back. So I just drew him complimenting Onodera like he always does. I find that so cute. So I accidentally skipped a page by accident, so I was like, skip the page, oops, on it, because I was like, I'm not gonna come back to it, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. So then JMI wanted me to draw Rohan in his style, so this is how it turned out. If I drew it again, it will look a lot better, but yeah, that is what that is. And then I tried to draw my character Shoya, but then I was like, no, I'm too tired, going to bed. So that is what I did. And here's another sketch of one of my classmates in school. She had dreads and she looked so pretty. So I drew a girl with dreads. I didn't draw her because I feel like that's creepy, but I tried to draw someone else so she wouldn't have noticed that I was looking at her all the time. And here's a sketch of Daft the Kid I did because, again, I wanted to work with people looking up. And here is my character Crispy Samchi, and I decided to give him a fro because I feel like he would look cute with the fro. I'm just like, yes. And here's some Soul and Maka, but I don't like it because their anatomy is kind of weird. Again, I messed up on the body, so I had to glue down a piece of paper. And I actually am glad I chose to use a sketchbook paper because you guys wouldn't have noticed if you haven't seen the ripped ends of the paper. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, moving on. So here's a comic I did at school of Aiko and Nick. This is hilarious. And I was like, I'm so surprised I got this all done in school because, again, we didn't do anything. So this is Aiko basically saying, yes, Lord Nick. And Nick is like, Aiko, you're going to be the smoke from a cigarette in a minute. Gone and never to be seen again. And she's like, "Gomenasai." So, they're so cute. I love them. So, yes, that's an interesting comic. And then I wanted to work with action poses. So, I did a doodle in my journal thing I bring to school, but I didn't like it. So, I'm just like, Soul Eater has a lot of good action poses. So, I decided to draw Maka. And I actually really like this. It looks weird because it was drawn like this. And now that I angle it, it looks off. But I really love how that turned out. And then I drew my character Nara in a wedding dress because my sister's best friend that's in my classes with me, he had a shoujo fashion book, so I looked in it and I'm just like, these wedding dresses are so pretty. So I drew Nara in a wedding dress, and this is Naisho in a tux because they are so cute. And oh, the next page is a spoiler page, so if you guys have not finished Bleach, please skip this page, or if you just don't care, you can see it. So here is a doodle of Nor that I didn't finish. Here's an ugly doodle of Now that I disliked. And, okay, so again, if you have known the true ending of Bleach, you should know that Ichigo and Orihime had a boy, and Rukia and Renji had a girl. But I tried to draw their girl, but I drew their girl as a boy, and I feel like that she would look better as a boy. So I kind of boyified, if that's a word, their daughter, and he looks super sexy. So I was like, uh-oh, I like that. And then I drew him again, and I'm like, uh-oh, I like this. So I just like, I feel so bad because I'm just much of a lover for boys than I am girls. So JMI decided to give us a theme, me and Amanda, to draw one of our characters in high school attire and their normal selves. So JMI gave me Nor, and I kind of struggled with this one because Nor lives in the woods. Actually, he doesn't go to town. He doesn't know anything about actual society. So I was like, okay, so here's Nor in his original form. He's carrying wood for the fireplace, and that's really all he knows. And then I was just like, hey, for school, he's going to think, oh, what will work better for me? So he has a belt as like a chest plate for protection, and then he has a sweater because he feels like, oh, it feels like my scarf is soft, so it feels nice. And then he's wearing some sweatpants, and then he's carrying a fruit basket as his backpack because it's woodsy. And then he has a girl hair bow because it hides his ears. So he's like, yep, this is the perfect outfit for school. So I actually really loved how that turned out. And here is the last drawing I did in here because that's the last page. So here's a really quick doodle that I did a secco because I love them. They're so cute. So this is it for my sketchbook. This video is like 30 minutes long, but I am gonna, you know, shorten that down because I don't think I want to upload a 30-minute video. But that is it for my sketchbook. It took so long to finish. It took a month and half of a month for me to finish this. So I actually really liked how this turned out. Okay, so in the comments, as always, tell me what was your favorite sketch. In the comments below, give this video a like if you liked it. And thank you for looking at my sketchbook. And I will kind of just go ahead and start my new one. So bye guys, and I will see you soon.